back up. Add me to the screen. And hello, and welcome everyone to another episode of Table, Ladders, and Talk. Welcome to another episode of Table, Ladders, and Talk. Prince Corbin, he should be here. Don't know where he is. Hopefully he'll be with us shortly. Don't know what that brother is right now, but
woo! Yeah, let's go, Raheem. Woo! TLT episode 2. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? It's getting a little uncomfortable now.
You was up under the table?
Yeah, that's right. I just slept here all week. I watched wrestling. You know, that's what I do when you're not here.
So
you didn't know?
Nah. I had no idea.
Oh, this is awkward then. This is quite awkward then. You know what?
Who?
You know, let's not worry about it, dude. Let's not worry about it because you know what? It's been a great week for wrestling. A great week for wrestling. What did I say, Raheem? Great week for wrestling.
You say you was asleep up under the table. That's all I heard.
That's beside the point, man. That's totally beside the point right now.
Okay.
Totally beside the point. Do you know what happened this weekend?
What happened?
Do you know what happened?
What happened?
Kenny Omega.
Yes.
The great Kenny Omega.
The great Kenny Omega
is officially on the road to being the belt collector. All right. He is officially the Impact World Champion. Do you understand this? Do you know? I don't think people are getting like the gravity of this issue.
That's terrible. That's terrible for business.
Rain, for whose business?
Wrestling.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
You think it's bad that the biggest wrestler in the world is holding more than one major title?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Now, so Impact now have the same champion that AEW have.
Yes.
They have totally different belts, totally different everything, but this one guy is the face of both Impact and AEW.
Yes.
So when he wrestle, if he wrestling, does he lose all the titles at one time like doing boxing?
No, dude. No. Not unless that's a specific stip. Mm-hmm. That's gotta be the deal. What does that matter, dude? So you're telling me that the biggest wrestler, the biggest star in the world in the wrestling business, having a belt of a company that, like, let's be honest, if it wasn't for AEW right now, like a lot of people wouldn't even know who some of these cats are, no fault of their own. Just because there's plenty of talent over in Impact. There's plenty of talent.
There is. And there's going to be more. With this whole
absolutely.
There's going to be more.
Absolutely. And I think that this is actually the best possible thing for their business. Kenny Omega is going to start showing up on their weekly television show. A lot of AEW guys already have.
So they're betting on Kenny saving them.
I don't think that. Look, here's the deal. First of all, you can't kill Impact. I think they've made that perfectly and abundantly clear. They are impossible to kill. They're like a roach. Keep stepping on them, they just won't die.
Yeah.
Okay. I truly believe that all of this is going to culminate into like some weird territory-esque thing. This is the way it was supposed to be to me, man. I think we're back to the territory days. There's cross-promotion. We have people running across the board. And people are doing things for the sake of a storyline.
Okay.
Impact is willing, by whatever's been worked out, like God willing, I don't even know. But they've made it perfectly clear that they trust Tony Khan, that they trust Impact, they trust AEW.
Yes.
And I think that that's a lot being said right there, just in pure terms of what's happening in the business. Like this is something that's normally never. It's off the table.
Didn't they have some kind of a packet one time with New Japan?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How did that work out?
I mean, Yuji Nagata is going to be on AEW next week. Speaking of that, the forbidden door is open. Let's just get into this, I suppose. Yuji Nagata, a legend in Japan, and I love that Tony Schiavone put over the fact that he called his matches in WCW back in the day, right? That was great. I really, really believe that, like, And dude, Jon Moxley is the IWGP US champion, and he's defending their belt on AEW. And I think that's crazy, dude. That's something. Like that, there is something to be said about that. The door is
There's
open.
something to be said about it. Yeah.
What's funny to me is it seems like the people who are kind of backing off is at the NWA. But can you imagine Kenny Omega as the NWA World Champion as well? The AAA champ. He holds every major belt. And dude, I think he's the best in the world. I think he's the best wrestler in the world. And I love this heel turn. I love the Bucks as bad guys. I love the Good Brothers as their muscle. It's
working, lost.
Man. Huh?
They lost. And Impact Rebellion, they lost.
Did they lose their titles?
I don't think they lost the title.
Oh, okay.
I think they may have. I'm
not sure. I need to keep up with Impact more. Sorry, marks out there. I'm being a bad mark right now. I'm not sure. But dude, just this gimmick is working. And at some point, as long as they don't NWO it, it's going to come crashing down and it's going to be magnificent.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be magnificent.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to go down in a blaze of glory. And who knows? It's going to be some way to put some major star over. Mm-hmm. Somebody's going to be the hero of this. I think it's going to be Darby. I also think it could be Hangman Page.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
This situation that happened on Impact, AEW last night. That segment that they had with the two groups, the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle. Do you think they put too much time into that?
No, absolutely not. I loved everybody's promo during that. I really did. Who had a bad promo?
I don't think anyone had a bad promo. It's just I think that they dedicated too much of the show. Mm-hmm. They could have done that.
What was it, like a 15-minute segment?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a chunk.
That's a long time.
But I think when you have that much talent in the ring, you got to give them some time to breathe. And let's think about it. Let's just run it down. Shawn Spears, awesome promo. Awesome promo. Anytime somebody is being calm and then angrily screams, "Look at me," that just goosebumps.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Okay.
Sammy Guevara, look, the kid just keeps getting better and better on the mic. We already know he can go. It's fantastic. Both Dax and Cash had great promos.
Okay.
Santana and Ortiz, kept it pretty simple. And then Jericho cut a mean promo, like he does.
And see, that's my thing right there. I really think that you could have had Jericho speak with his group, and had MJF speak with his group, and let them two go at it maybe 5 minutes back and forth, and go to a match.
I just think that what AEW is doing and something they do really well is build talent and let them have their time. Give them their chance to get themselves over. And that's what's happening. Shawn Spears is getting put over. You know what I mean? He's putting himself over because even Sammy referenced it. He had a rough go in his other promotion and his other job. He's been having a rough go, and he's had a rough go in AEW. He came in super hot. Yeah. I loved Shawn Spears coming into AEW. The chairman. Yeah. I thought his entrance at when did he wrestle Cody? I can't remember. It was Fighter.
Oh, that was a great match.
Great match.
Yeah, that was a great match.
I almost feel like it was a missed opportunity to put Shawn over. And it kind of
not AEW. AEW. Oh, yes, it
they
did.
Seldom do.
But when they do it bad.
They do. I'll give
terrible.
You that. Yeah, sometimes when the opportunity is missed, it's like they almost But most of the time,
do you remember that firecracker?
That was bad. But that's gonna be a legendary botch in the history of wrestling.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, they landed on their feet. You know what happens when the WWE botches like that? They just spend weeks and months trying to make sense of it.
Yeah.
And AEW did it in 2 segments. 2 segments, and it was all made sense of, and it was a little bit vague, but just enough that you're
the build up, though, the build up that they have for that, they built that thing, and they put work into it.
Yeah,
building it. They really built.
They built the hell out of
that.
Yeah. They built it up like it was going to be, and I think it was bad. I think Papa Dave said it best. Old Daddy Dave Meltzer. I think that you under promise and you over deliver. That's the key. Is you
so they did it in reverse.
They did it in reverse.
Okay.
They over-promised and under-delivered.
Yeah, way under.
Yeah, and sometimes it's look at the Arcade Anarchy. That was such a golden moment this year in wrestling. Because you think it's going to be really silly and stupid, and in some ways it was kind of silly. But it also was really vicious and really brutal at times, and it put Miro over, and we had a great comeback, like return from Trent. It's hard to miss with that. It's hard to miss with somebody, a beloved star coming back. And you have this weird thing where like they got his mom over, and it's just like there's Sue. And if you are telling me out there that you watched that segment and when his mom gave him a kiss on the cheek, you didn't like choke up a little bit, you were just like, ah, and we're like, come on, Sue. Come on. You're a mark, dude. That's BS. It's BS.
What does that have to do with wrestling?
What are you talking about? Wrestling barely has anything to do with wrestling. It's a what, dude. That was just some wild mess. I think that AEW does things like that because it's almost like a throwback to like we all know the Judy Bagwell debacle. You know, Judy Bagwell on a pole match.
Yeah,
like this is like that if it was done right. Like it's this weird thing that is over. Whether you like it or not, you have to admit that it is over with the fans.
You said one thing. You said if it was done right. It wasn't done right.
This?
Yeah.
No, I totally think you're wrong, dude. The fans will tell you you're wrong. They pop every time you see
678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. 678. I'm gonna say it one more time for the people that didn't have a pen. 678-381-1973. Give us a call. I want to hear from you. Now, if there's a war going on right now, if there's a war going on, and realistically there is a wrestling war. It hadn't got to where it's going to go, but it's building. Who would you rather look at? Would you rather look at AEW or WWE, NXT, New Japan? Who would you rather look at? And for the people out there that really knows about wrestling, let's talk a little bit of history. Let's talk just a little bit about history. AEW has a small history. I'm sure they should be there. It's like Impact. They'll be here for a long time. And they're really giving everybody an opportunity to go against the monster. To fight the beast.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's
what
we need. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, you did.
Sure, I did. Actually.
Of course.
Look, I just think like that's what we need, man. The door's open. And
yes.
As long as everybody puts their egos down and remembers that this is a show, I think it's going to be good in the long run. I think we're going to get to a point where everybody's able to get over. We're having a wrestling renaissance right now, man. Okay. This is happening. We're experiencing it. All right, and that's important, man. Don't get twisted there. Like this is something that hasn't happened
ever.
Well, I like I said, I think you want to talk about history. I think this harkens back to the territory days. I mean, if you really think about it, we're kind of like back to this point where it's like the Northeast versus like the Southeast, dude.
I don't agree with that, and the reason why I don't agree with that is if it goes back to those times, those people were against each other, and everybody wanted to have dominance.
True, but wrestlers moved in between these promotions. And of course, everybody did. But even Vince Sr. warned. Like Vince McMahon Jr. about unifying the territories. He's expressly said he didn't want that.
Yeah.
That it shouldn't be done. You can't monopolize wrestling. You can't own wrestling. It's an
WWE has been owning wrestling for years.
They have, and that's why this is important. That's why we should all look. If you're out there, I'm not explicitly telling you to just stop watching WWE.
Yes, he is. He really is.
I'm not.
Yeah, but if you could give me advice. If you could really tell everybody that's watching and listening right now to watch AEW and stop watching WWE, would you say that?
No. I would say stop watching. I would say stop watching Raw. Because that's where we're going to start taking it to WWE. That's when things are going to start happening. Is when we can get over to Monday night and start making moves. Start competing and putting up.
So you want to go head to head?
Eventually, I don't know. I don't think it's time now. But
so they're not ready yet.
No. I think at the end of this, like right now, Raw probably would still come out on top, just because it's such an established brand, man. It's been on Monday night. It's one of the longest running episodic TV shows.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
They make sure they let you know that too.
Yeah,
they make sure that. But my thing is this right here. I think okay. Let's deal with that for a second. At what point do you think they'll be ready? What window did you give them?
I think within the next 2, maybe 3 years.
Wow.
They'll be ready.
That's soon.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 5,
if not sooner.
I was gonna say 5.
See, I think the way that they've trended, it's safe to say a little earlier now.
Do you think they're gonna fall off after a while, and that's why you put it so soon? Because I say 5, give them a chance to build a momentum.
Right. I don't think so. I think it's just gonna keep getting hotter, dude. I think they're gonna start getting wrestlers from around the world over, and it's gonna start being, it's gonna be the next big promotion, like over, over a lot of companies. Like it already really is, but I think that it's going to get to this point where, it's the Titan as well. And it's built off of other companies helping it and in turn elevating those companies as well.
Okay. Now let me ask you this question. Do you think that, WWE have something to be afraid about?
Not necessarily. I don't think
so. They'll always be there.
I don't think the WWE is going away. Okay. I don't necessarily want it to. I don't want it to go away. I want it to get better. Like I want it to be better as a byproduct of being threatened, of feeling threatened. I don't think that there's people who are just going to be loyal, like to the WWE till the day they die.
Yeah.
But
not necessarily. Not necessarily.
But I really do believe that eventually they are going to have to start doing things differently, or they're going to get buried. You know what I mean? Or at least it's not gonna be the same. It's gonna keep getting worse. Raw's been getting worse ratings wise for years and years now, right?
But my thing is this right here. Until a lot of the wrestlers die off, that's in WWE right now. Yeah, they're dedicated to WWE until the day they die.
Yeah,
you got certain wrestlers that's just absolutely dedicated to WWE. They'll never they'll look at AEW, they'll watch the brand, but as far as making that jump, they would never do it.
I could agree to that, but I don't know how many people are that detrimental in terms of that. I think that, I mean, dude, I really think that, like, say, it's going to take a really big name to jump to just, like, kickstart this. Like, it's going to take, a Hollywood Hulk Hogan, who there's not really one of right now.
Okay.
Like that, but that's what pushed WCW over. You know what I mean?
How huge would it be if Stone Cold or The Rock went to AEW?
I mean, it'd be really huge. But I also don't think either of them would wrestle much.
No, they're not going to wrestle, but just to have that name.
I would rather have the only, like, older wrestler I want now that I really, if they showed up, I think that you could make, like, cases for it being this huge thing is CM Punk. Because CM Punk is this huge international star.
He hadn't wrestled in ever.
I know. I mean, I agree. Like, I'm just saying, there was a time where he was arguably the best pro wrestler on the planet. There was a point. And to see Kenny Omega versus like a CM Punk would just be absolutely ridiculous. It'd be insane, dude. It'd be so crazy.
So where are you putting Mox in this whole scenario?
That's a good question, because I really thought he was going to take some time off. I think Moxley is not gonna get his title back. Have we had 3 Omega Moxley matches now? Yeah,
I think we have.
We've had 3. We had the first, one of them was like unsanctioned.
Okay,
that was the lights out match where they threw. They brought out the whole barbed wire trampoline thing. That shit was ridiculous. And then there was when Kenny won the title on Dynamite.
Okay.
And then there was the barbed wire death match.
Okay.
So there's been 3. There's been a trilogy there. I don't know if we're going to go straight to that. I think that there's been some super interesting booking decisions. I think that last night Hangman Page lost to Brian Cage.
Yeah.
I think that was to take Hangman out of the title picture right now. And we're going to put him somewhere else. But I think that you're going to squeeze Christian Cage into there somehow. Like, he's going to beat Brian Cage, and that's going to be, like, his ticket to the AEW title, which I think Kenny will defend against him. And it'll be a really good match. It'll be interesting.
I really don't want to see Christian Cage as the champion.
He won't be.
I don't want
There's no way. There's no way, dude. I love Christian. I do. And I'm super stoked that he's in AEW. The dude's a workhorse.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to get a title run right away, especially when Kenny's in the middle of this huge thing. I think he's going to be there to, like, Kenny's going to beat him. That's a big name. That's a big scalp. Okay. You know what I mean?
Who do you think? Who do you see knocking Kenny off his pedestal right now?
I think the only two options that really make sense are Darby or Hangman. Like, who else is going to do it? You're trying to build a star. The whole point of this is to build a star. We're getting this awesome shit from Kenny and the Bucks and the Good Brothers and the Invisible Hand. But how do you get to this point where, like, okay, it's done. You got to drop the belt. The whole point of all of this should be to make a huge star out of somebody. Out of somebody, right? Okay. I think it's Darby. I think the whole point is to make Darby the guy.
I'm surprised you didn't say Orange.
No, but surprise best match of the night last night, Orange Cassidy and Penta.
Yeah, that was great.
That was an amazing match. Match of the night, easy.
Man,
easy.
I would love to see Penta go over though.
Yeah, another surprise booking decision. I didn't think that was going to happen. I do want to see Penta get his run, but it's so hard right now, dude. There's only so much to go for. I think we need another title, and we need another show, obviously, aside from Dark and Dark Elevation. You need a televised weekly show to start helping getting other people over. You know what I mean? You need a secondary title, like to start getting people
like a
over.
United States title.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And everybody complains about there being too many belts in WWE. I don't think that's the problem. Is that a caller?
No, that's something. Somebody has to we can get rid of that.
Well, I think that the problem with the WWE is the way they book these titles, dude. It doesn't make any sense. Like,
what do you like about WWE?
There's some characters I really, really like in the WWE. Some wrestlers I really, really like. There's some dude. I like that sometimes the big moments for the WWE, they do tend to make them big moments and make it work. My favorite moment of 2018, right as I was getting back into wrestling, SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. I think they told a tremendous story with that match. I thought it was very well done. I love the way it was booked, and it was a good match.
Can you see Seth going to AEW?
No, he's super loyal.
Yeah,
I think he's, I don't think he's going anywhere. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. I like Seth Rollins. But I just don't think that's happening.
Okay,
ever.
What do you think about the whole situation? Now, what's the guy's name? I can't remember his name. He's so silly, man. The one that's filmed the documentary, WWE.
Oh, Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
See, Sami Zayn is such a great wrestler. It's another example of just like, dude, this guy's so good at his job. You ask me what I like, all I can do is get on what I don't like. That's it. Because these dudes are such good wrestlers. We know that, and they just won't let them be that. Just be the artists that they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why would you put any kind of chains on an AJ Styles or a Sami Zayn or a Cesaro?
Like, AJ will be huge in AEW.
Yeah.
AJ
but he's not going to do that.
You don't think so?
He's been very clear he wants to finish his career in the WWE. I think he's done soon.
But see, and he said that, but he said that a few years ago. He really said that before AEW got to where it is right now.
That's true.
And so now that AEW is building the momentum, maybe, just maybe, he may be interested in going with the new kid on the block, the big brother now.
Yeah.
And so,
and that's where all his friends are. Yeah, all his friends are there now.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they took Anderson and Gallows and made them like just total goobuses in the WWE. Just made them total goobers. And it was like, dude, like, how are you gonna like be like, oh, we're the club? Like we all get it, dude. Yeah. You guys like just took some other thing. You can't just keep saying it and make it true. Okay, you're not the original club, like the OC. Like it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's dumb. Like just let it go. Do something new. You have like 3 extremely creative minds, like right at your disposal. You have a somebody who can be super over as a babyface or a heel. Is 100% of the time going to put on a 5-star match. And he has 2 like amazing heaters, 2 big like mean goons with him, dude, who are also great in the ring. And it's just like, what are you guys doing?
I want to tell you who I would love to see right now, today in AEW. That's Drew McIntyre.
Dude,
Drew.
I would be super not mad at that.
Yeah,
I really wouldn't.
Because if he go there, his character and how he sells different things, he would be great for AEW right now. He would be he'll be amazing. And he do have a little turbulence in WWE right now.
Yeah,
he said some
things. You're right.
Yeah, he said some things happened that he wasn't too in favor of. They was going to pull him out of the match. I mean, we talked about this last week. They was going to pull him out of the match with
Bobby.
Bobby, yeah, they was going to pull him out of the match because of something that he said.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think that it's just like you take a guy and it's like, look, Bobby Lashley deserves a run. Okay, let's not get that twisted. Bobby Lashley has been grinding away at this.
Yeah.
He went out and like legitimized himself, even though he didn't need to because he's already a D1 All-American wrestler, and fought at MMA, came back, and honestly was just like getting buried for a while, just like before, like just
nothing
like
changed.
it was just know. And I'm really glad. The booking that has gotten us to this point has been, again, just so terrible, ridiculous, stupid. I can't take it. Like I don't understand. You were in the middle of an amazing run for Drew.
Yeah,
Drew was having probably like the best run of anybody on the planet at the time.
Okay,
because I think this was before Kenny had won the belt, and admittedly, as much as I love Mox, his run was getting a little bit stale, like just a little bit. He was putting on great matches like over and over again. Don't get like I don't want to, but. It was like, dude, Drew's run was great. It was a great the win over Goldberg was huge. That was awesome because it was just like Goldberg doesn't lose seldom. Like they worked me. They worked me on that one, Raheem, and I appreciated it. It's like, okay, cool.
No,
yes, I thought they were going to put Goldberg over because they just make bad decisions, Raheem. Because then shortly thereafter, the Miz is the champion again, and I was like, well, what's going on? So we're just going to do Miz McIntyre, and then Bobby Lashley wins it
and takes away from him.
And that's good for Bobby. We're back full circle. Good for Bobby. And the Hurt Business was working. They take it away. I just don't.
Why do you think they did that?
I don't know.
Because
I heard, what I have heard is that people weren't sure, the WWE wasn't sure how the live crowd, was going to react to Bobby, whether he was going to be heel or face. They didn't know if he was going to boo him. They were going to boo him or not.
You don't, and really, honestly speaking, from where he is, I'm not talking about the thing with MVP and all that stuff and his angle, but you really can't tell which side he's standing on right now, Bobby Lashley. You really can't tell,
and that's because I don't think the WWE knows.
Yeah, you can't say, well, he's face, he's here. What does he stand?
I don't know. He had a really good faction with him though, and now it doesn't make sense.
That's your favorite wrestler, man.
Who? Bobby?
WWE.
I hate WWE, dude.
See what I said to y'all?
I'll admit it, dude. I can't stand it. And that's the thing. I shouldn't have to tell you to not watch the WWE. You should be smart enough to understand that you're a mark. And they think you're a dumb mark. And so they treat you like that. You're in an abusive relationship. And here comes this super cool guy that comes along and he's super nice to you and he wants to take care of you. He wants to just be sweet and love on you. And you're all
that sounds weird.
You're in an abusive relationship and you can't get out.
That sounds weird. That really sounds weird. This guy right here, he come, he want to take care of you. That sounds kind of weird to me. Why in the world? And help me understand this. Help me understand this because I feel that you can help me on this.
Okay.
Why would you let Sting get beat up?
Brain, it's wrestling. Everyone has to get beat up.
99-year-old Sting.
Yeah, dude. What?
And that challenge still stands, Sting. I will whoop you. That challenge still stands, Sting. I can beat you. I can beat you. You too old. I wish you would.
So
try it.
Can we remember that in the first week or two? Easy there, Pitbull. Easy there, easy. Calm down.
Okay,
calm down. See that face twitching, dude. Let's remember that Sting took one of the nastiest power bombs we've seen in AEW right out of the gate. I think it's the second now after Hangman took that one on the stage last night.
Exactly.
But
that was ugly.
Look, dude, he's gonna take bumps, man. He's gonna. I think he's made it clear. Like he's made it clear that he is fine to work. Like, and he's gonna do so. And I think that's his personal choice. The man, he's his own man. He can make his own decisions.
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't agree with it. Sting is too doggone old.
Well, I think it's more that he's taken some nasty injuries, you know, and he's just been in the game for so long. Just be worried about him getting hurt. I felt like when Brian Cage powerbombed him, you could see it. You could see it on Brian's face. He was like, "But I just killed Sting."
Exactly.
Like it was not good for like a split second. He like broke character, but it was great.
It was, but my thing. What do you think they're going with Sting right now?
I think he's just going to keep being there to build Darby. That's it. That's all that's going on.
With him getting beat down like he got beat down last night, and him being the icon, Sting, he have to get in the ring and defend himself.
Yeah.
He have to get.
I think they're going to tag match.
They
have to get a tag match with Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and Darby and Sting.
If they're smart, if AEW is smart, this is what I think. They will not allow Sting and Darby to win that match, that tag team match. They have to lose it.
I think that's a fair assessment.
They have
I don't agreeing with you,
but
I do think that that's a decent take because you got to get those guys over. They've just been jumping in and beating up Darby for a couple weeks now. You know, where was Lance Archer? That is something that's kind of, you know, sometimes things don't make all the way sense.
They have an issue. They have an issue. I'm gonna tell you something. And I don't mean to cut you off, but they have an issue. Because last time Sting took forever to walk down to the ring. We said he needed to have a wheelchair, something to help him get along a little faster. And now last night, he took forever. Why do they always take so long to get to where are they coming from? The grocery store next door? Or convenience store?
Man, that's just classic wrestling nonsense.
I mean, they come in so late.
Yeah.
Sting and man,
he was fighting Lucha. He was fighting a dinosaur, dude.
Yeah.
Cut him some slack, dude. Cut him some slack.
I'm like, my God, man. If I'm ever in trouble, man, please don't take that long to get there.
I'll try not to. If I'm fighting a dinosaur, I might have to.
Beat the dinosaur.
Well, Sting obviously did, and then he came to the ring and helped the Darby. So, and last night he just got his ass kicked as well.
Yes, all over again.
But I think it was fine. I think they're trying to do something with Paige and Sky, dude. You know,
which is good. Which is real good
because it's a little, you know, that's been a touch stale. Scorpio Sky's like heel turn's been a little stale. It's funny, man. I just
guy has all the talent in the world.
Oh, dude, he's so good. I don't think he's the best on the mic.
No,
but I do think he's like amazing. And there was a point I liked him as the super over babyface. Lest we forget when he came down to the ring, wrestled with one shoe on, and got the "You've got one shoe" chant. That's amazing. This guy was so over, like, and it's like he can have his run. Like at some point, I just don't know when it is or what it is. I think it's got to be more than just your Scorpio Sky. Yeah, well, just something. Yeah, you know, just something more than what I think he's doing now, which is, you know, losing and being a bad guy. Because as you said, he has all the talent in the world.
The forbidden door.
It's open, dude.
Is it?
It's open.
Who opened
it? AEW. Tony Khan. He did. Like,
do you think Vince liked that guy?
No. Vince isn't like anybody who challenges him. I think he probably has a healthy amount of respect for him the way that Vince and Billionaire Ted did. But I think that it's more of a... I mean, AEW has been like a direct... And a lot of it has been said about the WWE doing stuff to like counteract AEW programming, moving NXT to Wednesdays, all that stuff.
It didn't work.
Well, more so, I mean, dude, AEW has been an affront to the WWE since the beginning. I mean, this is something that was put together by a bunch of people who were basically rejected by the WWE. I don't know about Kenny so much, but the Bucks definitely were there for a second, and they were just treated like jobbers and not the biggest stars in the world. And then you have Cody, who it's just like, man,
he can't look at his history,
dude. Talk about a wasted opportunity. Dude, you have the son of the American dream. You already blew this once, and I say blew this because Dustin he got Goldust over.
Yeah,
like Goldust was great.
He didn't
Goldust
like the
became
character.
beloved.
He didn't like the character.
No, but he's a professional, and he made sure that he did what he was supposed to do. Goldust is a great character.
Yeah,
and Dustin, I'm glad that Dustin Rhodes is having a renaissance of his career now.
But is he on his last leg?
Maybe he's a little older too, dude. But as long he's just like he'll have a spot. He's amazing at cutting promos. He he'll be doing this thing for a long time.
Do you think he's there because his brother's a part of the?
I think that's part of it, but I think it's also because he's Dustin.
Did his talent get him there?
Yeah, dude, his talent's gotten him everywhere. The man knows what he's doing. Like, just period. I think he's showed that time in, time out.
If they were to give him the championship, the title right now, what percentage of people would you say it happened because of your brother? Not because of your talent, but because of your brother.
A lot, but I don't think that's ever really been in the cards. I don't think Dustin's been there to like get himself over to the point of being like the world champ. I think he's just been there.
It wouldn't be a good idea if he did.
No, probably not. It's not really. It's not his time. Like I love Dustin. If it happened, if anybody could pull that off like properly, it'd be Dustin. Like he could do it and get away with it. I think, but. They won't do it. That's what I'm saying. They're looking at the future. Okay. He's there getting young talent over. Getting young talent over.
Okay.
Like, I think I love QT Marshall and the split with the Nightmare Factory. It's like, dude, everybody kind of cares for QT Marshall now. Like it's important. And he's like, it's one of those weird wrestling situations where it's almost a little justified. Like, he feels like second banana and he's been grinding away his whole life too.
Okay.
It's getting over that Lee Johnson kid. That kid's amazing. Like Anthony Ogogo, the big fella. I can't ever remember his name. Akamoto. I can't remember his name. I don't want to butcher it, but he's great too.
I'm gonna change total gears with you real quick, and I want you to tell me, what do you think? History of wrestling.
Okay.
What are the 3 best finishers?
We got to break that down a little bit.
Come on.
So, in terms of I think you got to lay some criteria out, right? So I'm gonna say you got to have what is the most impactful looking finisher.
Okay.
What's the most iconic looking finisher? I mean, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
It's also the most ridiculously cooperative wrestling move of all time.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love people should hit destroyers until wrestling is dead in the dirt. But
it just looks so awesome though when it's done right.
Of course. But what did I say? Impactful, iconic, and then I think you gotta go maybe just. We'll get back to the last one. I'm blanking. Okay. But, so
it's
just in terms of pure impact, dude, I think you gotta take a look at I really like the Angle Slam.
Okay.
I've always, as much as I'm not a huge Goldberg fan, I love Goldberg's spear because apparently it was just a straight up. In terms of pure iconic finishers, that one's easy. It's the Stone Cold Stunner. I think that's just dude. What?
I'm weird. I'm weird because I think one of the an iconic finish to me was the figure 4.
I think that's a good answer too.
Yeah,
that's a good answer too. I can't be mad at that. Yeah. I mean, and it's been used time and time again by many wrestlers. And it always gets a woo every time.
Exactly.
So that's fair too. I can't unsee Stone Cold doing the Stunner. KO can do it as many times as he wants, and I love KO, but it's the Stone Cold Stunner. Dude, I think. My favorite finish today, and we were talking about this in terms of the best lariats.
Okay.
I mean, dude, Hangman's hookshot lariat is just the best, dude. I love that front flip into the clothesline. It's amazing. I think it's one of the best finishes today. I think you can make a case for the one-winged angel, the most protected finisher today. That's the big thing. That's an important thing. Nobody, unless your name's Okada, kicks out of the one-winged angel. Nobody. And it never happens. Nobody ever kicks out except for Okada.
I'm going back to what you said about the clothesline.
You're just on one with that, dude. You're just
Stan.
mad. You're just mad that it's Stan Hansen, dude. Dude, get off it. We'll watch.
Man,
we'll watch those clotheslines back to back.
And I want you to be honest with me. I want you to be honest with me because if you look at Stan, man, he knocked people. Man, look at it. I saw him just and the guy's shoe went back in the floor.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
Yeah,
Stan Hansen's a bad dude. I'm just saying, man. You can't. You gotta look today.
Mm-hmm.
Today,
mm-hmm.
modernized. Hangman has taken what Stan Hansen did and done something even cooler with it, dude. Stan Hansen, I would argue he couldn't front flip over the ropes.
No, he can't.
Yeah, but that's what I want.
But he didn't have to.
That's true.
He didn't have to.
I think Hangman's a pretty big boy.
He's not Stan Hansen big, though.
I guess. I don't know.
He's not Stan Hansen big. Who was and we kind of jumped a little bit here, but I want to hear your ideas on this.
Okay.
The most vicious wrestler of all time.
Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser
Brody.
Wow.
Because he was a legitimately dangerous human being, and people were scared to get in the ring with him, dude. Yeah, wow. I've heard a lot of stories about Scott Steiner being just like particularly, a dangerous dude.
I saw I saw a couple of interviews. I saw a couple of interviews where Ole Anderson was talking. Quite a few guys. I think Ric Flair was talking. What's the manager? The manager name? It was a referee became manager. What's his name, man?
I don't know. You're losing me.
He was a referee. He started off as a referee, then he went into management. It'll come to me in a minute. But they was talking about Ron Simmons.
Oh yeah. I've heard Ron Simmons was a mean dude.
Yeah, and the reason why I thought of him because you was talking about the Steiner brothers, and they say neither one of the Steiner brothers would mess with him at all.
That's funny.
They say neither one. They don't know. They say the Steiners were pranksters. Yeah. They're always pranking. They're always doing different things. But the one guy that they would never do it to, Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
they see him and they turn to go the other way. Nah, just all right.
Not messing around. Don't mess around.
That's okay.
That's funny.
But they say the guy was just freak. He was just freaking. He was just
freak strong.
Yeah. I was like, man, that's
a big dude.
Yeah.
Right on. Love Ron Simmons, dude. Another dude that the WWE just totally was like, whatever. Yeah. I mean, I guess the APA. That's pretty fun. I did love this APA.
That's cartoonish.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
but I like that. I like that they were just like drinking and smoking in the back all the time and like beating people up for money. Like it was a good gimmick.
How much money you got?
Yeah.
How much you got?
Well, dude, and then you get Bradshaw, who just like turns out to be one of the better heels to ever be in the business. Like he was so horrible.
Abdullah the Butcher.
Scary bro. And scary dude. I don't know. He was a big nasty guy. I think I'm pretty sure his whole head is all carved up just from blading himself. And I don't know, man. That's wild.
Would you put Dusty Rhodes in the dangerous category?
Nah.
No?
I don't think so. Just in terms of like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think Dusty was more of like a wrestler's wrestler. You know what I mean? Not that Dusty probably couldn't throw down, but I'm just saying. I also don't always think about stuff in terms of like how tough people really are most of the time because it's just like it's wrestling. Anybody can be the tough guy. You know what I mean?
Who was the toughest Anderson brother? Anderson. Ole Gene Laws.
I've heard Ole was a pretty tough dude, but everybody talks about Double A that he was the guy that like he really was Ric Flair's enforcer.
Yeah, he was. But my thing, I would really go with Ole as the toughest of them all.
Yeah,
Ole was he was no nonsense.
Yeah,
he's like on they were pretty much cut from the same cloth. But Ole was just a couple of tiers, I think, better.
Sure.
And he's the kind of guy that'll stand. He don't mind standing right in front of you and busting you in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
He's standing there, bam, hit you in the mouth, and okay, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Nothing. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Samoa Joe. If Samoa Joe was to go to AEW right now, Samoa Joe, what would it be?
That's tough, dude. There's already a lot of people there. There's a lot of talent on their roster. There's a lot of older talent on their roster as well, which is, that's different. That's tough to deal with. And we're already putting some of them over. And it's like, are you going to bring Joe in to wrestle? Is he going to do commentary? That's pretty much locked up. I mean,
But he always can ask him he always can ask him
I do think that Joe being there wouldn't be a bad thing. I think that he could do a lot for it. Seems like when they bring older people in, they put them in these proper roles, and they seem like they have a positive effect backstage. Even I mean, can you imagine like what Christian Cage is like telling Brian Pillman Jr. and Sammy Guevara, or what you look at Jericho with all those guys, those guys. You know what I mean? Like there literally is just like so much going on with that, and people learning and growing, and that's what it's all about, man. So Joe being there, that might not be such a bad thing. Maybe
would you want him to wrestle?
I mean, yeah, dude, I'm a huge Samoa Joe mark. I was kind of bummed when he went to the WWE because I was like, they're gonna kill him. Yeah, and they did.
They did. But my thing is this right here. He hadn't wrestled in a while. So do you think physically?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah. He's older. He's a little injury prone. We know that. He wrestles really hard when he wrestles. But dude, like, can you imagine Kenny Omega versus
that'd be great.
Samoa Joe, Cody Rhodes, Hangman Page, or Samoa Joe?
You can put Joe in against anybody, and it'll be a great match. It'll be a great match.
Great. It'd be real good. Maybe he comes in to help Christian, because they have history in TNA.
They really do.
They do.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's like all these people come in, and it's almost like they know. They know there's like this like weird like weight off their shoulders in terms of what they're able to do. You know what I mean? I think that's why it's such a better show.
Yeah.
Week in, week out.
Now let me ask you this. Do you think AEW, and we talked a little bit about this last week, do you think they're getting to that place where they're getting too much talent?
Yes, definitely. It's tough. It's getting hard. It's getting real hard to do that, like to have all these people on there. So I don't know. It's like I said, we need a secondary show. We need a secondary title. There needs to be some more room, more wiggle room, because you can't get 20 people over at once. Yeah. You have to get like 4 or 5 people like really over, I think. Exactly. And that is something they're doing that's a little, that's a little questionable. Is like they're not taking their time to just get people over. A few people over, like huge. They are doing it with a few, but they're trying to do it with like multiple people, and I think that's part of the issue.
Okay, what is what is the one ingredient you would say? And I know you love AEW. I know you do. But what is the one ingredient that they're missing right now?
A mega crossover star. I think Cody is on his way, but I don't know if Cody's ever going to push himself as the top guy.
He really can't.
Yeah, and he's literally directly addressed it. He's like, I can't be one of these bookers that makes myself the champ. Yeah, I can't do it. And I also think that ship is kind of sailed. There was a point where it would have made perfect sense for Cody to be the AEW champion. And like that's a very selfless act in and of itself, dude. Yeah. And I think we got to look at that and be like, okay, maybe there's some people who are putting their egos down to do this, And I think like you're gonna need a big mega crossover star in the sense of like somebody who's like kind of transcends wrestling and is it can be in other places. You need a John Cena. I don't think you need John Cena by any stretch of the imagination. At that level. At that level, for sure. Okay. For sure. Okay. That is pretty paramount at this point, I think.
Give me 3 that you think will be great for that star that can come over. And because we spoke about The Rock, he's not going. He's loyal to Vince.
I think
Stone Cold.
CM Punk. I think that would be.
See, you said him before. I don't think so.
Whether you think so or not, he's a huge star. He's a big name, and it would be a big deal for him to show up. And AEW does handle surprises fairly well.
Okay.
Right? Like, that's the thing. Like, people pop up, and it's just like, holy shit, what was that? Like, didn't see that coming.
Okay.
I don't know if this necessarily qualifies in the same category, but he is a big star. I think Daniel Bryan, a.k.a. Bryan Danielson, probably is who he would come over as. And I think that would be a huge deal in terms of star power. The last one's always tricky, man. I think there's a couple of different people. I really think, and this is another kind of long shot. Who?
Drew.
I think Drew would be huge. That'd be a big deal, but I don't think Drew's as big a star as some of these other cats.
Okay.
I would, like, just in terms of, like, crossover star. He's a big wrestling star.
Okay. So do you think the Viper?
That would be big, but also
he's not at that level?
Does not. Well, no, I think it's more that he just doesn't vibe with the guys in AEW. So, like, I don't think that would be. Him and Tony Khan openly don't like each other.
Yeah.
Like, openly.
But if it's business, let's keep it business, though.
That's fair, but I'd rather just, I mean, dude, I'm so bored of Randy Orton. Nothing but respect for the guy, but, like, he hasn't done anything new in years.
Kevin Owens?
KO would be awesome. KO would kill it. He would murder it in AEW, dude, especially because he just, the way he wrestles and his abilities, like, he would just be a beast in AEW.
You know what?
They put him over quick, too.
You know, this has been a great show, and I think we put a lot of information out there. But one thing's been missing in this broadcast. One thing's been missing. I didn't get you to stutter this time, man. Last week you was.
I came prepared this time.
Oh, you did? Oh, you was ready?
I really did.
Okay.
You just threw me off my game a little bit last week.
Oh, just a
little bit.
Okay.
Not enough to, I still totally destroyed you.
Never.
But it was like,
Man, you was stuttering, man.
Dude. Yeah. Maybe a little. We all have our days, Raheem.
Yeah.
I'll have our days.
Okay. When you gonna have yours?
I had it last week.
Last week?
Today was a great day, though.
Okay. Why? Because you didn't stutter? No, because I didn't make you stutter?
Because I absolutely demolished you. Like I will continue to do every week. Tables, Ladders, and Talk. Tune in. 12 o'clock Thursdays, Eastern Pacific time.
Look here. Everybody. Some people like a good lie. Some people just like a good lie. And a lie, but you see, and a lie, I'm gonna tell you something about a lie. There's this thing about a lie. It don't care who tells it, as long as you get told. And him talking about he gonna demolish, please. Y'all know better than that.
Artists.
678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. I'm gonna say it one more time. 678-381-1973. This is Tables, Ladders, and
Talk. Is this going to be a thing? Is it going to be like a running thing? Talk!
Yeah, there you go. Come on, man. Give me some minutes. Give me the end. This is Tables, Ladders, and Talk. There you go. Hit your chest or something when you do that, man. Yeah, that was powerful. That's like that Cassidy little dude when he do. Yeah, man, this guy's a gimmick, man. It's a gimmick guy. That's a gimmick guy.
You're a gimmick guy, dude.
He's a gimmick guy. That's all he is.
He's a gimmick guy, dude.
Nah.
It's wrestling. It's gimmicks.
My thing is this right here. He's a good wrestler. Should he ever be champion? Never.
No, we'll see.
Never.
We'll see.
No. Why would you put the? Why would you put?
Are we gonna go into this now? Or you just signed up?
Oh man, look here. I'm just saying, man. Great show. I definitely enjoy each and every one of you, man. We're here every Wednesday. Every Wednesday.
Thursday.
What's the day?
Thursday.
Today Thursday?
Today is Thursday, Raheem.
Man, I've been working too
early
hard.
onset dementia.
I've been working too hard, y'all. We're here every Wednesday.
Thursday.
What's the day?
Thursday.
Okay, we're here every Wednesday.
Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
You're supposed to say Wednesday.
You're not gonna stop season rabbit season, dude.
Oh, man, I can get called brother back, man. He's again. Hello. I don't know what that was all about. Somebody trying to call me. Okay, well, call him back. But listen, this what happened with live. We live, y'all. This what happened when you live. Phone rings. And listen, the phones will be open. We're gonna continue to have the phones open. You know, maybe you ought to start calling in and telling us. I'm gonna tell you something. I have to be honest with you. because I like you. I'm the side that likes you. This side here.
He's like the WWE. He says he likes you, but he's manipulating you.
Do you like him?
I think they're okay.
I
haven't heard them call in yet. Once they call in, I'll let you know. I'll let them know.
As where we're standing right now, do you like them? What do you call them? You got their name that you call on them. What do you call them?
Marks. Oh, you're all Marks. We're Marks too, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you say you don't like them.
They're all right. It depends. We had some feedback and it was good. So maybe if you keep giving me good feedback, I'll like you more.
So you like so you like them when it's in your favor, you like them.
Oh yeah.
But if they say something against you, you don't like them.
Yeah.
If they don't like you, you don't like them.
You totally are nailing it on the head right now. That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. You got it. You got it. I'm super petty. Call in. Call in. We can talk about it. It'll be great.
678-381-1973. We are actually about to get out of here for today. It's been a great broadcast. I like you, but I'm going to tell you something. And this is why I was going a few minutes ago. He threw me off a little bit. But listen, when you call in, please don't have thin skin. I'm going to try to treat you as nice as I can, be as kind and polite as I can to you.
Or have thin skin and explode. That's fine too. We can do that. You just get as angry as you want. You get as worked up as you want. Because I'm going to treat you like the WWE does. Like you're a stupid Mark.
And you're not going to let them do that to you, are you?
Don't let me do it.
When you call in prepared. Call in prepared. And how your ducks in order. Have your ducks in order. Know what you're talking about. Make your point. Don't let him shut you down. Don't allow him to do that to you.
I'll shut you down.
He wants to shut you down. I try to help you as much as I can. But I'm gonna tell you something. When this guy here get on the road, man, it's hard to reel him back in.
It's true.
So, at your own risk, give us a call. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. He might call you a couple of names though. Okay,
that's true.
Man, great broadcast, brother.
Good job, man.
What you think, man? And what's on the agenda for next week? What are we talking about next week?
We are going to be talking about all kinds of fun stuff because the Blood and Guts match is next week. So we're going to figure out what's going on with that. We're going to see what other garbage is happening. Every week, the WWE seems to do something else stupid. So we'll talk about that next week, too.
WWE. I'm going to tell you something. Sasha Banks, the boss. You need to call in. We need to talk to you. Because I don't know where you're going right now. I don't know what you're doing. And you know, a lot of stuff going on with you. You need to give us a call. We're going to help you. We're going to help you through this. That's what we do.
You're going to be like a therapist?
Yeah.
On this, like a wrestling therapist?
Yes, absolutely.
It's been done.
Absolutely. We are going to get them to the point where we can help them through the situation that a few wrestlers are going through some things right now.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. My answer to all of them is just going to be like, go to AEW. Like, my third person, Sasha Banks. That's what I'm going to tell you. Get out of there.
You want her to go to AEW?
Yeah, let's run it.
Will she be a good fit?
She will. But we'll talk about that next week. It's 1:00.
What about, we ain't worried about no time. We're here with the family. We having family conversation. Family talk. We'll talk to y'all next week. Y'all have a good It's been great with you all. Y'all have a great day. You've been listening to Tables, Ladders,
and Talk.
You have a great evening. It is now, what is it? 1:01. It is 1:01. So you're about to get out of here. We're about to get out of here. I want to thank you for joining us. And more than that, thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and Tables and Ladders to Talk to be a part of your evening. It is now 1:01. You're about to exit. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug. Because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great evening and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light on you from Table Ladders and Talk. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. You have a great evening. Love you. And if you get an opportunity to give somebody some love, you just might find some love in return. Don't you hug me no more. Have a good. Take care.